guys, welcome back to Belly Acres Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making my bread for the week. I just make peasant bread. It's super easy. It's very few ingredients and I like the way it turns out. My family likes the way it turns out. Nothing special, nothing fancy, just throw it together, set it to rise. The only thing with peasant bread is it takes a long time. So it's going to take a couple of hours to rise, and then another hour in the loaf pan, and then about 45 minutes to bake. So it's a 4-hour process, but I usually make 2 loaves at a time, and 2 loaves usually lasts us the week. Sometimes we'll have to buy a loaf of bread getting closer to the end of the week, just because with fresh made bread, it, without all the preservatives and the yuck, it does spoil faster. So, but usually my family's pretty good about eating fresh bread. I mean, who isn't, right? We're lucky if it makes it, a couple of days. So I did buy something that I have not tried before. I usually make this with regular flour, but the other day when Desi and I were grocery shopping, I saw some bread flour and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try making the peasant bread with bread flour. It's probably not something I'll buy every time. I think it'll just kind of be a special treat. Supposedly it's less dense, so we're gonna give it a try. I have always made it with just regular flour, all-purpose flour. But like I said, I saw this and I thought, I want to see if there's a difference in it at all. So, okay, peasant bread, super easy. Per loaf, and I'll make 2 loaves. We're going to do 3 cups of flour. One. 2. 3 cups of flour. And then 1.5 teaspoons of each. Salt, yeast, and sugar. So 1.5 of salt. This is just instant yeast, rapid yeast. 1.5 teaspoons. And then teaspoons. Okay. I'm going to use a fork, and I'm going to stir those dry ingredients. I could also do this in my my mixer. I could have my standalone mixer out and do it and just mix everything up in there and knead it and everything, but I'm not really that concerned about it because it's so super simple and easy, so I just do it by hand. Okay, so now I need 1.5 cups of lukewarm water. You don't want it too hot because it'll kill your yeast. So we're going to go 1.5 cups. I'm going to make a well right here in the center. I'm going to start pouring it in. And then this is where you can decide if you need more water, more flour. You just want to make a sticky dough ball. Switch over to a spatula. And once that spatula is not cutting it for me anymore, grab a little bit of flour out so I have some flour at the ready. Grab a whole cup of flour. And I'm going to start kneading this together. All right, so it does look like I'm going to need some more water, because that is quite dry. So it's called peasant bread because it is very minimal ingredients. There's not a whole lot of fluff and hubbub to this. I'm going to get a little bit more water. Now when you're making bread or anything, a dough, always add your water in very little at a time, because it can go from just needing a little bit of water to now you need more flour to now you need more water, and then it becomes this vicious cycle and it gets pretty crazy. This is actually a little bit more, I want it a little more sticky than this, but it'll be just fine. We put too much flour, but it is sticky. And you don't really even have to knead it much. Just kind of get all of the ingredients mixed in. Okay, so I use this. This is a cake carrier. It's a Tupperware cake carrier. It has a lid, but I never use the lid because when you're letting your bread rise, it does need to have some sort of air flow into it. If you cover it up, it can hinder the rise in it. So I just use this. It's a silicone carrier. I just spray it really good so that my bread doesn't stick. And then I stick that in there. And I'm going to make another ball so that way I can make 2 loaves of bread. But I'm going to cover that with that for right now. And then we'll just hurry up and make another one. And then I'll come back.
Si tengo celos de ti.
I mean, what are you guys listening to while you're making bread? All right, so see, that one's already started rising. We're gonna stick that one in there. Make sure you have enough room for both balls to fit in there comfortably. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray them, just so that way it keeps them from sticking a little bit better. If they rise too much, they stick to each other. Then I'm just going to put this towel over them, set them over there on the stove. The stove is not on. The oven light is not on, nothing. I'm just going to set them right up there on top of the stove and set my timer for 2 hours. So normally I will set my timer on the stove for 2 hours, and then I also set a timer on my phone for 2 hours, because you never know where I'm going to be. I may be inside, I may be out there preparing for the garden or chasing animals. So I try to set 2 timers so then that way I'm covered. I could just set it on my phone. I also tend to have to charge my phone during the day because I'm usually filming something, and so midway through the day I have to charge my phone. So that's why I set 2 timers. I'm just trying to listen, I'm old. I gotta have every little bit of help I can get. All right, so while we're waiting for that bread to rise, we got plenty of other things we can be doing. One of the things is I want to move all of these tubs over to the greenhouse because I do want to get them in there. I was curious to see. Yeah, I didn't cover my strawberries, but I think there are plenty in here that they kind of covered themselves. So I think I may be able to get some strawberries back. But I do want to take all of this. I'm just going to use the dolly and roll it all over to the greenhouse because I can put whatever I'm taking out of them. I can put it in the compost. All right, you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a little glimpse into my brain here. This is how my problem solving works. It's kind of crazy. So I tried to lift that using the dolly, and it wouldn't work because the dolly, the tub is too big. So I found that 5/4 board from the shed we were taking down, and I tried putting it on there and using it as leverage. It still wasn't going to work. So I had to take these nails out. Went ahead and took the nails out, and I tried it, moving the board the other direction lengthwise. Still was not enough leverage to get it up there. So I found this old ratchet strap, and I thought I'll just tie the tub to the dolly. Well, I had way more strap than ratchet. Oh, there's, Layla helping me out. So I thought I have one more idea, one more trick up my sleeve. So I got my drill and a paddle bit, made myself a little hole, and then I tied the ratchet strap to the dolly, and voila. I now had a little wagon. I tried to push it. You guys, I don't know who I was kidding. There's no way. I don't have that upper body strength. So I just pulled it behind me, and yeah, that's the way it worked. I was able to move all of the tubs that way. And then it really worked out in the end because using that little board, I was able to use it as a ramp to move my tubs over the threshold in the greenhouse. So, yep, that's how my problem solving works, you guys. Y'all were front and center for it.
Yo no me atrevo a bailar arriba de esa tarima. Yo no me atrevo a bailar arriba de esa tarima. Con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima. Con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima. Si vas a zapatear, hazlo con mucho esmero. Si vas a zapatear, hazlo con mucho esmero. Llegaron las bailadoras y ellas llegaron primero. Llegaron las bailadoras y ellas llegaron primero.
Layla. Come here. Layla, move. Come here.
Yo no me atrevo a bailar arriba de esa tarima. Yo no me atrevo a bailar arriba de esa tarima. con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima, con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima. La nieve del enero no se quiere derretir. Al lado de nuevas flores tu nombre pude escribir. No llega la primavera y tu nombre sigue allí. Como siguen los recuerdos que viven dentro de mí.
Oh, you guys, trimming that spearmint like cleared my sinuses major. Whew. Plus I'm sweating, I'm crying, my nose is running. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned these out. The only reason I took the leaves out of these and not left them as mulch or to compost down is because I am going to be planting more stuff in these. So this is chives. I'll probably put a tomato plant in here. They pair well. And then this is lemon thyme. Yeah, this one's lemon thyme. This one's English thyme. This is strawberries. It's kind of hard to pull them out because they root down, so I'm just going to let the new ones see the new life come up, and then the rest of that can just stay in place and mulch or compost down. If you put strawberries next to thyme, your strawberries taste better. The spearmint, I wasn't sure about it, but once I got to trimming it, I saw the new stuff coming up. It's hard to kill mint, but you never know. So there you go. Whew, if I stay over that one too long. And then these are Egyptian walking onions. So these are the ones that just make the bulbs underneath. And then you just have continuous green onions. So these were given to me from Cindy and Gary over at Pathways Homestead a couple of years ago. Probably about 3, maybe 4 years ago. So they're doing really great. They're awesome. And then I have this has English thyme that is just trying to hang on. So I'm gonna leave it and see what it does in here in the greenhouse. And then this one is empty, so I can plant in it, and I can plant in this one, and then those 3 as well. And then I went ahead and emptied the rest of that tub out because I composted all of that and I want it to start breaking down. So I did save all the little tags because I can use them on my starts. All right, you guys, I'm an absolute mess. Like, my eyes are watering, my nose is running, ooh, and I'm sweating. But yeah, spearmint, mint, all of those things. Essential oils is real. And you don't need heavy chemical. You can just grow things naturally. So, oh God, my eyes are burning. I'm hoping this air will help. I've got 2 minutes left on my timer until look at my eyes, until my bread is done. So I am going to go wash up, till my bread is ready to put into loaf pans. So I'm going to go wash up really good, and then that way I can work on my bread. All right, you guys. Whoo, forget onions. Spearmint will tear you up. Like, I got cleaned up. I got everything. Looked at them. I've got everything washed really good. The key to having a garden and also doing all of the cooking inside is have yourself a good nail brush. That's all I'm gonna say there, because I would say just wear gloves, but I'm the world's worst about wearing gloves. I have 2 bread loaf pans, and I am going to use some butter and just butter those all up. I could put, just spray them, and that works too, but there's just something about buttering your loaf pans that makes it work. So I let this butter out intentionally, so I would have it to butter these pans. You want to make sure you get down in those little corners because you want to make sure it works out. Now, I was just talking to Desi, and I did not plan well today. This has to rise for an hour, and then you cook it for 45 minutes. Well, it is currently 12:30, and Desi has a eye doctor appointment at 2:30. So we need to leave here by no later than 1:45. So I'm gonna put these to rise for an hour, and then I don't know. So anyway, this is what it looks like. We're just gonna turn them out. They did stick together, so I was hoping they wouldn't. Turn that one out first. See, it's all sticky. And you're really just going to fold this into a little log. There you go. Probably should have put flour on my. Then you're gonna take your buttered pan, lay it in there. Okay. Do the same thing for the next one. See if we can get it to an even little log. All right. Get it to fill that pan, which it will. And then we cover them up again, and we let them rise for an hour. I may just let them rise for 45 minutes, putting it 115, and then I'll have time to bake them. So we'll see what they look like in 45 minutes. I'm gonna set them right here on top of the oven, and I may turn the oven on low just so then that way that'll help heat them. All right, so I turned that oven on to like 180 degrees, and then I just have those setting up there because then that heat will come up through that little vent and it will help them to rise. I'll set that timer for 45 minutes. All right, 45 minutes. I am going to make myself some lunch, clean up this mess, and get ready for running to town. So we'll come back when these are ready to go in the oven. All right, Rusty got home and he got me something. What'd you get me?
Got you some worm castings.
Yay! I'm so excited. I got some worm castings. This is going to help. This is going to help them in soil.
Yes.
And you won't believe how much we got in that compost now.
I'm excited to see it.
All right, you guys, so luck be a lady today. Rusty was able to get off work early today, so he was able to take Desi to her eye appointment, and I was able to stay here and let these loaves rise. I did go outside for a little bit, and I forgot about them because I didn't set my timer again. But they have risen for about 2 hours, and they look good. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got the oven preheating, so I'm going to let that preheat, and then I'm going to put those in to bake, and we'll be back when they're done. So you will bake these at 375 for 45 minutes, and I'm excited to see how they come out. I did get some worm castings. I'm so excited. Rusty brought me some worm castings today. And so I was able to top dress all of these pots. But my concern is it is only February 23rd right now. And our days have been amazing. Super warm, super nice. I love it. But there are chances that we could still freeze. The last freeze date for this winter season is April 15th, predictably for our zone. So I do worry about, I do want to start growing some plants out here. But before I do that, I want to be prepared. So my thought is if I go ahead and get started, because we don't have a heat source in here yet. The compost is not, it's not composting yet, not cooking yet. So it won't keep the night temps up. Now this week, night temps have been in the 50s and 60s. Well, been 40s to 50s. So it's been great, but we do know that we can still have some 20, 25 degree temperatures. And when that happens, if you have little bitty seedlings out here without a heat source, that can wreak havoc. So, I mean, we have some heaters and stuff that we can bring out if we were to get to that point. Because at this point, you guys, in Northeast Oklahoma, it's not going to be like days of that kind of cold. But still, I want to be prepared. So, I have a whole bunch of plastic that Rusty cut off of the greenhouse. I want to go ahead and utilize that. The cows are moving. So then that way it doesn't go to waste. Well, this tin that we use, it is recycled tin. So there are small little holes in the tin and cracks. So my thought process is I'm going to build a tent that will go over these pots. So then that way, if we do have a freezing night, a low temperature night, I can just come out here and pull down an extra tent. So the two tents on it should keep it safe from the frost. So that's my thought process. What I'm thinking is I'm going to use this leftover plastic to put along that wall and behind the tub, so then that way there's no draft. And then I will attach a whole sheet of plastic that I can just pull down if I need to. So let's go ahead and get this plastic. I'll get it sorted out, and then I can figure out what pieces I can use, and then staple it to the wall.
Esa piel morena me vuelve loco. Yo me enamoré con tus bellos ojos. Ay, morena, porque me vuelves loco. Tú te miras más buena que la foto.
I don't want that much to bunch out.
Well, that way if we need to kind of tint it, if the tomato plant's here.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Yeah, by April.
We'll do 6 foot. That gives us a little bit extra we can tuck under.
Okay.
Hold it down.
That works. So help has arrived, you guys. Rusty is back from taking Desi. He took Desi to the eye doctor, so she got some new glasses. She's going to be able to see. Desi has not had new glasses since before she came to live with us, so we're super excited to get her, the right prescription and help her see again. But so I pieced up as much as I could down there on the end, but then we just went ahead and cut a whole sheet. And then now what I did is I had some of this, what is this cord called? Paracord. So I had some of this paracord, and also didn't have quite enough. I had some cotton rope. Which, Rusty, do you have a lighter in your pocket? I can burn these ends. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to staple these to the wall, all down this area to where we can roll our plastic up and tie it when we don't need it. So you're so much better at that than me. Is that 6 foot?
Yep.
Dang, it doesn't look like it, In this big greenhouse. We still have all our tools and stuff in here because we're still working. But, I've kind of jumped the gun. You're right.
Una cumbia rachetón. Sus. Un pasito para atrás, pasito para allá.
All right, so I'm just
La vamos a gozar.
finding the center
Un pasito por allá.
and then stapling it. It has to be able to get around it.
Right, and it will.
And then we're just gonna go.
Se mueve sabrosa. Vente mujer. Ey, yo no bailo, pero yo bailo contigo. Trae tus amigas y yo traigo mis amigos. Ella toma de botella. 1942, Malibu, lo que sea. Ella dice, papi, vente conmigo, perrea. Agárrame la mano, la cintura, lo que sea. Yeah. Yo creo que me enamoré, mujer. Yeah. Yo creo que me enamoré, mujer.
I miscalculated. And we have 2 extra yellows, so I want to take these whites out. And that way it's all the same.
Got a good hard pull.
Yo tengo el cosito, trae los papeles. Ando en San Antonio con el sushi.
It's a smile.
Las nenas wanna dance with me 'cause I'm from LA.
Yeah.
Pasito para allá, pasito para allá.
Poked out on it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Pasito para acá, un pasito por allá. Toda la noche vamos a
Yeah,
bailar.
this one's good.
Mueve esa cosa. Bailalo bien. Se mueve sabrosa.
How much for Hulk it up?
Vente mujer.
You hulked on the first one.
Yeah. You need to have a knife.
Así como lo mueve, mami.
That one off.
Lo goza, hermosa. Baby, ven, te tira esa cosa. Ese culo me tiene todo caliente. Ella se
You
me
close it. I don't want to fight with you.
I won't fight with you either.
Not today.
Not today.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe.
Despacito para abajo. Despacito para
Some of those cows that crack me up.
para allá. En la disco
All right.
vamos a gozar. Pasito para acá, un pasito por allá. Toda la noche vamos a bailar. Mueve esa cosa. Bailalo bien. Se mueve sabrosa. Vente mujer.
Then, if there's a freeze, we just come out here and we'll tuck it under and it'll cover. We'll have 2 layers of protection on those little baby plants. And then like right now that we don't need it, we'll just roll it up. Hey you guys, there it is. We left a whole bunch here because we'll need that on the side to tuck it in, and if we end up filling this other tub, we've got extra for an extra tub. So we're just going to leave that there. But I think that looks great.
I think that's going to turn out really good.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't need it until possibly next Wednesday and Thursday. We're looking at lows of 30, 32.
I mean, we won't really need it unless we're dropping down back into the 20s, I think. But just having it there, we probably won't need it at all. But at least we're prepared and we're not out here scrambling if it does drop.
Out here scrambling after dark trying to get it figured out and get covered up like we've had to do in the past.
We have decided we are crisis managers. We wait till things are a crisis and then we manage it. We do pretty good at managing it once it's a crisis. I think it's because we work well under pressure.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're procrastinators and we work well under pressure.
Yeah. I think that's code for working well under pressure is, or for procrastinator. We work well under pressure.
Yeah.
We're trying to get better about it. We're trying to be a little bit more prepared. So, like I said, we're prepared. We probably won't need it now, but that's okay.
That's all right. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Right. And I think I'm going to move my my thermometer on this side now, since we're not going to have the shelves up at the top, unless we decide to have shelves.
And even if we have shelves up at the top, we can still have a thermometer here.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's still 66 degrees in here with the door propped open.
With the door propped open. I had to prop the door open earlier because I was sweating. But,
because the actual temperature right now at our location is 66 degrees. Imagine that. It's the same temperature inside now.
all right, you guys. Well, we're going to go inside, and the bread should be cooled enough that I can go ahead and slice it now. Nevertheless. And I also need to get
called me fat.
Get some supper cooked, but we'll go in and show you guys how that bread slices now that it's cooled off, and you know, hang out for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we just used this slicer here, and I position it to the widest, biggest, I don't know how to say that. Thickest. There you go. And now that it's cool, it slices super easy. All right. So we got the taste tester over here.
I know the bread is amazing. Had it before. You guys, there's nothing better. Homemade bread for a peanut butter sandwich. Mmm.
All right, so I wanted to show you guys what that's like. So it's got the good crust on the outside. I know some people don't like crust. That's like my favorite part. And then look at the inside of this. How beautiful, how soft it is. And I mean, it's super simple. It's just called peasant bread. And that's the kind of bread that we make, and that's the kind of bread we like for everyday use.
It's amazing. All right.
Yes. With peanut butter.
Mm-hmm. Is that not perfect?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it'd be better with butter.
I don't know.
Mm.
We know it makes good toast.
Beef and tofu.
Mm-hmm. Good old beef and tofu with some butter or peanut butter.
Our 2-year-old grandbaby says beef and tofu. Can I have a beef and tofu?
Beef and tofu, well.
Beef and tofu. Papa, beef and tofu. So that's what we call it. Anyway, I'm going to finish slicing this up. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I know we're not having a live on Belly Acres Kitchen today, but just being able to take you guys along on kind of a day in the life has been awesome.
Yes.
And we got a lot done today. So I hope you guys like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, share with your friends.
Let us know what you guys think about everything Rachel did today. I mean, she was go, 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 and got a lot accomplished. It's amazing. Soon, I will be here to help her doing those things during the day, every day. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out.
Yeah. And you guys, I know this is the same video on both channels today. We will be airing this same video on Robertson's Belly Acres as well. So if you're here and watching it and you want to see more of the gardening stuff and the things we're doing out there, make sure you subscribe to Robertson's Belly Acres, because that's where all of that is going to be.
Yes, and if you like you said, this on both channels, hitting both of them, because everything that she's done today has covered both channels, the aspect of both channels.
Until next time, you guys, God bless.
See ya.